What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're back to talk about the Spider Society. We just had an announcement on the latest blog post that this team was going to get a rework, and it seems that the reworked stats are already in the game and even on the test drive. So we're gonna see the changes that this team really had and then figure out if they're gonna have value beyond the raids. At least in Dark Dimension, this is a question that a lot of people have, is that if you can use your Spider Society not only in raids but also in Dark Dimension. So in this video we're going to try to figure that out, and as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so Spider Society, the skill raid team, but most of these characters are dual tag, and most of these characters actually do not require skill gear. So for example, Ghost Spider, SpiderMan War, they actually don't require any skill gear, and the other ones, they have a combo. They have skill and tech, or skill and bio, or skill and also bio. Supposedly on the blog they said that Spider-Man Pavitra was going to be skill and mystic, but it seems like they canceled those plans. We don't know what's going on very well, but it says bio skill, but in the blog it says skill mystic, so we'll see what happens about that. But in terms of gear, they use all the new characters, they pretty much use only skill gear. Now let's take a look at them in action on the test drive, so you guys can test it for yourself if you guys want. But we can see right now all the nodes, and they have the new updated stats. So this is gonna be somewhat similar to what we do in raids. That is a weight suggestion, not the best but not the worst. So here we go. So in the past, this team had problems with speed, they had problems with focus, and they had problems with resistance. They have different mechanics that allow them to take benefit of having extra crit chance, but also having barrier. So both of those things are going to be important for us to see if we can capitalize on them or not. Okay, so Spider-Man War, as always, he goes first. Now all of them spawn with speed up, and of course Spider-Man War will definitely go first. We're gonna try to slow these characters in the middle, I guess. Spider-Man Pavitra does a lot of damage, he's very fast, and usually also lands defense downs and other negative effects. But as you guys see, they are still getting a little bit of resisted. Now Spider-Man Peter B. Parker, he applies Disrupt, so let's see if we can apply that Disrupt with his ultimate. He applies to the primary target and also adjacent targets. Wow, the damage was so high that it even destroyed that core. I have tested this a few times, and that was definitely very impressive. Now Penny Parker, the one with the robot, she's very strong. She was utter garbage because she was so slow, but after the rework, after the increase in focus, now she's very powerful. So yeah, even without offense up, look how much damage she does to the enemies. This damage is just absurd. And if you guys don't know, for each deflect that she has on herself, she's going to apply more bleeds to the enemies. Okay, so I guess now we're gonna spread those negative effects, and you don't really even have to worry about the energy, because this team has a lot of energy mechanics on spawn. And we also have Penny B. Parker, that she gains energy with her basic or with a striker isolate. So once again, very powerful mechanics that will allow you to use this team easily, right? I think this team is going to be very approachable to a lot of people, and that's good because they were not really taking advantage of that. Okay, so we have a lot of barrier, that's good. So that means that the team is so fast that you're going to be able to keep that barrier and not having to worry about the enemies. Of course, this depends on who you are going to stun and who's assisting. You should always pay some attention to who's assisting, because that will allow you to apply extra blinds and also extra evades, increasing the survivability of the team. And because the team now is so fast and they have all these mechanics, you don't even need any character with the healer ISO 8 or anything like that, because the team is just so strong. Okay, so that was the first node. Very impressive. On the previous test drive, they were really failing, which was a major disappointment. And not only they got improvement in terms of the speed, but they also got improvement in terms of the focus. And I'm not sure if it was anything else, but just the focus alone, making sure that applying the slows, the defense downs, and so on, overall really improves the performance of this team. Okay, so on spawn, if you have speed up, the enemies cannot gain speed up, so you don't have to worry about that Spider-Man 2099 over there. We're gonna apply some disrupt here on SpiderMan War, so it doesn't go under stealth. Okay, there we go. Massive amount of damage. Assist right away. The damage now of this team is really impressive. You can apply defense down to that rogue. You can apply it to a character that you find that is dangerous. In this case, I think rogue is important. And you want to apply offense down to the characters that are somewhat adjacent. Now you're going to apply disrupt. We don't want Kang to get any speed up or anything like that. We're going to try to destroy. Rogue is already dead. That's pretty amazing. And now once again we have Penny Parker with a stun and with all those bleeds. So once again she gets deflects, and for each deflect that she has, she applies more bleeds to the enemies, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now with the Ghost Spider, we're going to apply that blind. If the enemies have slow, you should still play safe, apply the slow to characters that matter, like the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Here we're going to use the special on Cloak, see if he dodges. If he dodges, you're going to get more speed bar, which was not the case, but now we're going to try to apply that slow. Nice, we applied slow to the characters that matter. Cloak is gone, and now you just have to finish off the Polaris and the Shang-Chi, and we are good to go. Okay, we're gonna do another stun, and yeah, I mean, there is nothing else we can say. These changes on the speed really made this team a lot better, significantly better, and this is going to change the paradigm when it comes to Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and of course Dark Dimension, because now we have more options. In the past, you're kind of forced into taking Sinister Six or some characters that were not so great. But now with this team, even if you don't care about Alliance Wars and Cosmic Crucible, you also have nice secondary options. Okay, so let's take a look at the last node. As you guys can see, this team is performing much better. And as I was saying, like in the past, when I did this test drive on the first day, the team was horrible. They were losing. They were actually wiping here on the boss node, and it was very difficult. Okay, so right away with the extra focus, you apply offense down to all the enemies. We apply that disrupt over there. I'm going to attack the Water Absorbing Man to see if you can remove these towns. Depending on your ISO 8 setup, I think you should still use a lot of skirmishers, and it's going to be beneficial for you to really use the skirmishers to remove these towns. Towns are still a problem for this team, and the only way to remove them is to have more skirmishers. The only character that really needs to be a striker is the Penny Parker. You could also use Pavitre as a striker for a little bit more speed bar. I'm not sure if it really matters, but that would be the way I would play it. Okay, so you can see tons of bleeds based on the deflects that she has on Penny Parker, or Penny Parker, sorry. Too many Parkers in this team, and the focus much better. In the past, the trauma was not landing, the negative effects were not landing. It was very bad. Okay, so now you're gonna spread that blind if you can. Yes, so even that he dodged the attack, we still were able to spread those blinds, which is very powerful. And now you're gonna finish off these enemies. Only 1 minute in game already, 1 minute 30 seconds, and we are already on the second wave. One of the Spider-Mans is already gone. We're going to try to finish off the second one, and then we are pretty much good to go. Okay, they are still both alive, but I think overall it's not a big deal. Let's finish this one in the corner. Once again, depending on your ISO 8 setup, this might be a lot better because you are applying different mechanics to the enemies. Let's stun this one. Okay, big damage coming soon. Let's see Ghost Spider now with ability block. We can ability block the Psylocke or anyone else that you feel like that is important. All of them have slow, so it's not a big deal. Once again, the skirmisher eyes out here would be convenient. One of the big times dies, nice. And now we have the evades, now we have the flags, we have safeguards, and he also has blind, so we are very, very safe over here. This is an absolutely different experience from what we had on day one. I think we can put on auto at this point and just finish it, because yeah, the team is just so much better. It's like night and day compared to what we had on the first week of their release. Okay, so now that we saw the Spider Society in action, what are they bringing to the table when it comes to other game modes? So we have right away the Peter B. Parker. Is providing a lot of benefits, not only for Spider Society, but also for Hero Spiderverse. You can see right here, 2 death proofs, 2 defense ups, 2 deflects, 2 regeneration for all Hero Spiderverse characters. And which are the Hero Spiderverse characters that you can use with them? Well, you have symbiotes, we have Hive Mind, and you also have Tangle Web and Web Warriors. So we have a lot of tools that we can use together with these characters in order to make powerful Alliance War teams, Cosmic Crucible teams, and even Dark Dimension teams. In terms of Penny Parker, she brings the stuns in all game modes. She also has energy generation on her basic in all game modes. And also she gives additional armor and additional health to, once again, all Hero Spiderverse characters. So once again, not only we have this value in terms of Alliance Wars, not only we have this value in terms of raids, but now we also have value in terms of Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and Dark Dimension. The other characters, we pretty much know what they are going to do, but we have to mention the Spider-Man Pavitre, that he might replace Spider-Man 2099 in different game modes, depending on the enemies that you are facing. Depends if you are facing Apocalypse or someone else. Pavitre might be a better option than Spider-Man 2099. Depends on really the position of the characters, depends on the setup, but it might be the case. And he also has better stats, right? Because the Tangle Web, they are already from 2 years ago, and they are falling off in terms of stats. At least Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Weaver and Spider-Man War, of course, because of the rework, they are still pretty decent. Okay, so in terms of Dark Dimension, this is the question that a lot of people have right now. Can you use these characters in Dark Dimension? So we have the 5 of them right here. And when you take a look at the gear, this is the gear for Penny Parker. She uses skill gear. Now, you can use skill characters in global. In Cosmic, you don't have a lot of good skill characters. So what you might want to do is to use 2 skill characters on the city section, which is very, very possible if you skip the skill in Cosmic. So you can see right here, Penny Parker, one of the most important ones. She requires 3 sets of mini-nicks. Not super cheap, but not super expensive either. Then we have Peter B. Parker. He actually uses bio and also skill, so it's a little bit splitted. This is going to be 5 sets of skill, 1 bio. Then we have the Spider-Man India, Pavitre, with 3 sets of mini-nicks. I would probably skip this character because while he's decent, he's not the most important compared to the other ones. Then we have Ghost Spider, aka Spider-Gwen, and she uses the bio gear. She only uses 2 sets of mini-nicks, so this means that you have 3 sets in total. And finally, we would have the Spider-Man War with 2 sets of mystics. So we have very cheap characters, and we have a wide variety of sets and characters that you can use. So if you take only 3 characters, and 3 characters is probably going to be the best option, you want to take Ghost Spider, Spider-Man Noir, and Penny Parker for the energy, for the stuns. And if you want to be a little bit heavy on these, I would take definitely Penny Parker, Peter B. Parker, Ghost Spider, and SpiderMan War. Not super expensive, once again, if you skip the skill teams or the skill characters on the cosmic section. And once again, like we are talking about Star-Lord, Annihilation, or Moondragon, which are both trash characters, so you should definitely focus on investing more skill on the city section rather than the cosmic section. Okay, and with this in mind, this is a huge meta change for this team. This is going to really change on the perspective that we had on this team. In the past, this was going to be an absolute trash team, but now with all these changes in terms of the speed, in terms of the stats, and the synergies that they have with Hero Spider-Verse characters, this team is pretty much at the level of Extreme X-Men. So, as you guys know, Extreme X-Men, they completely changed the paradigm in terms of Alliance Wars and Cosmic Crucible. Even in Dark Dimension, you can solo Dark Dimension 6 with just Extreme X-Men on auto, and this team is going to do pretty much the same thing for City. So definitely super important. Once again, probably the best characters that you should invest in: Penny Parker and Peter B. Parker. Spider-Man Pavitri, not super important compared to the other ones, and if you want to spend power cores on any of them, of course Penny Parker is going to be the best option, not only because she's the most important character on the team, but also because she's going to unlock the opportunity for you to do those campaigns early. And you can do one more tier if you have her unlocked early. So keep all of that in mind. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This team got a lot better. In the past they were a skippable team, but now with the announcement of the new raid, it's very likely that the skill team will be very early. I made a guess of what's going to be, and my prediction is that the skill team is going to be the second team on this new raid. So we'll have Bio, Skill, Mystic, Tech, and Final Mutant. This would be the Incursion 3 or the Mephisto 1 raids based on my predictions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if your mind changed about this team. If not, are you still going to focus on the Sinister Six for Dark Dimension 7? Or do you have something else in mind? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you find information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Mouse Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.